Hare Krishna everyone, welcome back to the reading. Reading Teachings of Lord Chaitanya by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Shravanam Diaries podcast and I'm your host Sulalita Devidasi. We're reading chapter number 14, The Ecstasy of the Lord and His Devotees. In Srimad Bhagavatam 2.2.5 there is a very nice verse stating that a devotee should always remain dependent on the mercy of the Supreme Lord, and that as far as his material necessities are concerned, he should be satisfied with whatever is obtained without endeavor. In this regard, Shukadeva Goswami advised that a devotee should never approach a materialistic person for any kind of help. As far as one's bodily necessities are concerned, one can pick up torn clothing from the street, take fruits offered by trees, drink water from flowing rivers, and live in a mountain cave constructed by nature herself. Even if one is unable to do all these things, he should nonetheless completely depend on the mercy of the Lord, depend on the Supreme Lord, understanding that since the Lord provides everyone with food and shelter, He will never fail to care for His devotees who are fully surrendered unto Him. In any case, the devotee is always protected and therefore should not be at all anxious for his maintenance. Sometimes to consider that the Lord doesn't care about us or doesn't take care of us is almost like saying that Kṛṣṇa fails to take care of his devotees. But to see His care in every situation, that's very important, I feel. Sanatana Goswami thus inquired into all phases of devotional service, or Kṛṣṇa consciousness, and Lord Chaitanya taught him most confidentially from authoritative scriptures like Srimad Bhagavatam. The Lord also referred to the Vedic literature known as Harivamsha, which gives information about the transcendental abode of Kṛṣṇa. This information was disclosed by Indra when he offered his prayers after being defeated upon challenging the potency of Kṛṣṇa. In the Harivamsa, it is stated that although birds and airplanes can fly high in the sky above the earth, they cannot reach the higher planetary systems. The higher planetary systems extend upward from the sun planet, which is situated in the middle of the universe. Above the sun are planetary systems where persons who are elevated by great austerities and penances are situated. The whole material universe is called Devi Dhama, and above it is Shiva Dhama, where Lord Shiva and his wife Parvati eternally reside. Above that planetary system is the spiritual sky, where innumerable spiritual planets known as Vaikunthas are situated. And above these Vaikuntha planets is Krishna's planet, known as Goloka Vrindavan. The word Goloka means planet of the cows. Because Kṛṣṇa is very fond of cows, his abode is known as Goloka. Goloka Vrindavan is larger than all the material and spiritual planets put together. Wow. In his prayers in the Harivamsha, Indra admitted that he could not understand the situation of Goloka, even by asking Brahma. Devotees of the Narayana expansion of Kṛṣṇa attain the Vaikuntha planets, but it is very difficult to reach the Goloka planet. Indeed, that planet can be reached only by devotees of Lord Chaitanya or Lord Shri Kṛṣṇa. Indra then said to Lord Kṛṣṇa, quote, "You have descended from that Goloka planet in the spiritual world, and the disturbance I created was all due to my foolishness." Unquote. Therefore, Indra begged Lord Kṛṣṇa to excuse him. The last phase of the pastimes of Lord Kṛṣṇa is described in Srimad Bhagavatam as Maushala Lila. This series of pastimes includes Krishna's mysterious disappearance from the material world. In that pastime, the Lord played the part of being killed by a hunter. There are many improper explanations of scriptural passages describing the last portion of Lord Krishna's pastimes, such as the explanation of descriptions of Kṛṣṇa as the incarnation of a hare. But Lord Chaitanya properly explained these passages and gave them the right interpretation. As far as Kṛṣṇa being the incarnation of a hare is concerned, this is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, the Vishnu Purana, and the Mahabharata. In the Mahabharata, it is stated that Lord Vishnu snatched a grey hair and a black hair from his head, and that these two hairs entered the wombs of the two queens of the Yadu dynasty, namely Rohini and Devaki. It is also stated there that Lord Kṛṣṇa descends to the material world in order to vanquish all the demons. Some say that Kṛṣṇa is the incarnation of Vishnu, who lies in the ocean of milk within this universe. Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Lagu Bhagavatamrita, along with his commentator Sri Baladeva Vidyabhushana, have discussed these points fully and have established the exact truth. Sri Jiva Goswami also discusses these points in the Kṛṣṇa Sandarbha. When Lord Chaitanya finished his instructions to Sri Sanatana Goswami, Sanatana, being empowered and enlightened, was so transcendently pleased that he at once fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya and said, quote, "I was born in a very low family, and I have always associated with lowly people. Therefore, I am the lowest of sinners. Yet, you are so kind that you have taught me lessons which are not even understood by Lord Brahma, the greatest being in this universe. By your grace, I have appreciated the conclusions which you taught me, but I am so low that I cannot even touch a drop of the ocean of your instructions. Thus, if you want me, who am nothing but a lame man, to dance, then please give me your benediction by placing your feet on my head." Unquote. Thus Sanatana Goswami prayed for the Lord's confirmation that his teachings would actually evolve in his heart by his grace. Otherwise, Sanatana knew that there was no possibility of his being able to describe the Lord's teachings. The purport of this is that the acharyas, spiritual masters, are authorized by higher authorities. Instruction alone cannot make one an expert. This is such an important point we're reading right now. Instruction alone cannot make one an expert. Unless one is blessed by the spiritual master or acharya, such teachings cannot become fully manifested. Therefore, one should seek the mercy of the spiritual master so that his instructions can develop within oneself. After receiving the prayers of Sanatana Goswami, Lord Chaitanya placed his feet on Sanatana's head and gave him the benediction that all the Lord's instructions would fully develop within him. It's not enough to just receive an instruction. The instruction has to develop within the disciple, and for that there should be blessings from the spiritual master. Need to remember that. Thus the Lord described the ultimate stage of love of Godhead. Lord Chaitanya said that such a description cannot be given very elaborately, but that he had informed Sanatana as far as possible. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita concludes this chapter by writing that anyone who attentively hears these instructions of Lord Chaitanya to Sanatana Goswami very soon becomes situated in Kṛṣṇa consciousness and engages in pure devotional service to the Lord. Now thus we have completed the 14th chapter. Tomorrow we will read Kṛṣṇa Chaitanya. We will read chapter number 15, explanation of the Atma-rama verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. Ever since I think we started teachings of Lord Chaitanya, and even before that, when I would think about the fact that we will sooner or later start reading teachings of Lord Chaitanya, because we will be reading it before Chaitanya Charitamrita, obviously, I was thinking that maybe I will finally understand this chapter. I'm even overwhelmed. I'm beginning to stutter. Atma-rama verse in Srimad Bhagavatam. I've been reading this chapter a few times in this book, in Chaitanya Charitamrita, and this portion is the only portion that completely it's too far out for me. So since Shravanam Diaries podcast helps in absorption and attention during reading, it proved to be very efficient in that way, very efficient. So I had very high hopes that by the time we will reach to this chapter, that perhaps this time when I will be reading it, something will remain in my heart and develop. Jai. Okay. Hare Krishna, let's see how it goes. Atma-rama verse. Maybe this time it will be revealed to me. So, thank you so much for tuning in today. The link to this book is in the description. Please check out our website, shravanamdiaries.com. You will find the links to all of the books we've read so far, and the timeline of the episodes, biography of the author, His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So check it out if you like, and we will see you tomorrow. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,